speaking about Iron Fist, if they ever bring Iron Fist into the MCU, if I'm being real, I don't no white, no white, no white Iron Fist. I want him to either be mixed or just straight up Asian, like because I think much like in the comics, if they were to bring in Iron Fist and make him white, and Iron Fist is of course, Shang Chi's popularity is about to skyrocket because of this film, but Iron Fist is far more popular overall, and if they bring him into the MCU, he might overshadow Shang Chi, and I think it would be messed up for them to bring in this white dude that comes and overshadows this actual Asian kung fu character, right? So if they bring in Iron Fist, make this man Asian or part Asian, like don't make this man white. That's how I feel. I feel like he's a character that if you make him Asian, there are gonna be some idiots who are gonna be upset. But in reality, I'm like, make the man like some Asian American dude. Like actually make him Asian. I don't think he should be white if they bring him into the MCU. Which I'm not sure if they will, because I think they're gonna wanna I think they are aware that he would take focus away from Shang-Chi because Iron Fist is a more popular character. So not that people would stop seeing Shang-Chi movies, obviously. Just because there's a Black Panther movie doesn't mean people aren't gonna still go see Spider-Man. Like that's not what's going to happen. But I just feel like he would take too much focus away from that character. So make him me. What do you think about that?
Personally, I don't really care one way or another. Unlike a lot of characters, Danny's race as a white person is actually like prevalent to his character and like to his origin and stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't think I would really care.
The hell it is.
No, like literally, if you read Matt Fraction's Iron Fist series in 2006, or if you go back and read actually, I have it right here. What is it? Like go back and read like the Book of Changes and stuff like that. Like that's part of it is definitely part of his origin. Like if I told you, it'd be kind of spoilery, but
tell me.
Okay, so basically, part of the reason he was so hated and part of the reason he went for the Iron Fist mantle was because he was this white kid who just happened to like fall into
No, I knew you were gonna say that. And here's how that can change immediately and how that doesn't matter. Make him Asian American. Because people from like, for example, not even for example, Asian people when it comes to Asian American people, and just like black people when it comes to African people born native and African and people born natively in some Asian countries, they not hate, but like kind of judge people who aren't straight up from their country, even though they have lineage coming from that country. So they could easily do the same thing, but people going like, you aren't really whatever race they make him Chinese or whatever. Let's just say Chinese for example. You aren't really Chinese. You're an American. You're an American guy. Make it easy.
That wasn't what I was going for. I was gonna add more onto that, but
my bad. I did cut you off, but that's what it sounded like.
I mean, that was part of it, but that wasn't the whole thing. There was a lot of stuff. Oh my god, it's been forever since I read Matt Fraction series. I need to go back and read it because that was masterful. There's a lot of stuff going back to like World War II, especially with Orson Randall. A lot of stuff going back to like what was it like prehistoric. There's a whole lot of stuff with the Book of the Iron Fist. I haven't read it in forever, but you gotta read it. It's really, really good.
I guarantee you, him being white could easily be something that doesn't like him being white isn't going to be important at all.
Depending on the story, it could be. It could be. I mean, you can definitely change it, but again, that's why I said it doesn't matter to me one way or the other.
It should be changed if he's brought. Like I'm not saying in the comments they would change it, but if they bring him to the MCU, it should be changed because he doesn't need to be white. And also, like I said, if they make him mixed, then they could still keep in some of those elements of whatever. Actually, that would work even better if he was mixed, because then you could have that same elements of him having a lineage that ties back to previous Iron Fists that are white and that have been white, and also the aspect that you were speaking about where they were kind of like, you can't do this because of your heritage. You know what I mean?
I definitely get that. I definitely get that.
Yeah, I just feel like bringing in this white savior, because that's exactly what he is, to come in and be this martial arts champion, and take away that spotlight from this Asian character who has more of a right to that portion of the MCU. I feel like would be wrong. And that's after everything, which I don't think they will because of that same reason.
I definitely think they're bringing him in.
No, I agree. I would love for them to.
I'm really interested to see the future of the martial arts side of the MCU. Like I'm very interested in that.